Hey Aries, how's it going? Welcome back to the space. If you've been here before, welcome back to the space. It's so good to see you. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. If you're new, same thing. Same thing. Thank you so much for being here. At Knowles Tarot, while we're vibing, talking, chilling, always in an esoteric mood. Either ways, so good to see you again today. Make sure to like, share, subscribe if you want. If you want any personal readings from me, I'm gonna have some information down below about that. Other than that, today I've been noticing a bit of like a shedding process within like the last few readings, like sort of like a death process. So this is like a death and rebirth process that you guys are in between or in the middle of right now. I thought for these sets of readings for you guys, I wanted to talk about your transformation, sort of get you some insight on what your transformation is right now. Get a bit of, I'm looking at the past, your transformation, you in the present, and then the future, or whichever order that's going to be in. Just to get you some insight on that. I'm going to be using, oh, I love that card. I'm going to be using the prism oracle, pulling one from that, and then one from, the hermetic tarot, and then clarifying with the lenormand. So let's see what we got going on for you guys. Timestamps below, I think, hopefully, if I do it this time. But I usually do it, but I don't know if I'm gonna ever get lazy at that. I don't know yet. Either way, it's Aries. I miss you guys. What am I doing? Happy birthday to all the Aries out there, because we're currently in the season. Big happy birthday. And yeah. Okay, let's get started. See what's up. Okay. So what do we have in the past with you guys? Got faith. Maybe something you see come full circle. So release, sort of not a surrender process. Believing in things beyond your sight. Maybe having to push through a bit. What do we have? What was I going to do? Present or transform? Let's look at you in the present. Illumination. Sick. Okay. Off the bat, this feels Halloween to me. So maybe something full circle. So something maybe around Halloween time. So what, like October? Sort of November-ish maybe. But if there's a cycle that you've had around Halloween time, October time, this would be something that you might be illuminated on right now. Maybe something that you've had a surrender process on before. These transformations are supposed to be something like major, because it felt like major with the shedding process. So let's see what's up with you guys. What is a transformation? What's the feelings, the energy for the transformation? We've got flow. I've been seeing this a bunch. Faith and flow. There's one more that was going to come out too. There we go. So flow and confidence. In your transformation. Maybe you were feeling stuck. Very unsure of yourself, possibly. Wow, there it is. There she is. I love when that happens. So yeah, see, there definitely has been like a huge death process. And you see how these both are black? There's something about these two. I don't want to get too deep into it. I just noticed that the glasses and whatever this is around the darkness are like the same color. And it's the same, the dots are the same in the reflection. Something about the reflect of the glasses and your flow. So your reflection, maybe seeing your reflection, maybe feeling stuck by what you saw, because maybe it wasn't what you were trying to actually reflect. Let's see what we got for the future. Because the dots are around the wave too. Why are these dots here? There's a lot of dots. I don't know what dots would mean. Like dots could be like points in time, periods of time. There are dots and periods, and they're punctuation. So punctuations usually come at like ends of sentences. So like maybe you're at the end of a sentence, like the end of a phrase, and you're having to reflect on periods of times. That's a lot in the cranium. I'm trying to I hope that makes sense. I don't know. Oh my god. It just like there's the dots are here for a reason. The points of phases that you go through are there for a reason. I hate when people. No, I mean I don't really hate when people say it. I like to say it, but I hate how cliche it sounds. But I feel like it's true. You know, I do. So what do we have for the future? Oh, okay. I didn't really pull that one out, but I got that too. It keeps coming out. It's beautiful. So first we got hunger. And then we got Gemini neutron. And we got energy. I love this card. That's for the future. I always like these two together. It's like, it feels expansive. Like something, because they're both circles. So something about full circle. For the future, you have something maybe going full circle. You have a blast of energy. There's a hunger here too. So maybe something you're moving towards within this transformation. Because it seems like you were feeling stuck. You see, illumination's also a circle. Let me get a specific info with one of the hermetic tarot real quick. What do we have for faith? For faith, we have the sun. Faith in the sun. Maybe a period of darkness. The sun's also a circle with that. Remember I told you about that full circle. So maybe having to have the faith to sit in some darkness, maybe, because this is a darker card. So darkness, faith that clarity would come to you, faith that things would be bright again. Maybe it hasn't been as bright. The sun also gives like life and energy, which is the future. So maybe you've been low on energy, maybe a little. If I think of the opposite of the sun, because that's what you're having faith for, I would think of like the moon. So again, like darkness and maybe really emotional. So probably just faith in the sun. The 21 is a completion, and that would be a complete circle right here with faith. And when I think of faith, I think of works because the Bible scripture. So maybe you've been working on something also, and it's just about, maybe you've done almost all that you can within this cycle, and it's about having the faith that the sun will come to give you enlightenment on what you need, and that's just within the past. And then the present, you literally have the sun right there with illumination. So that's gorgeous, actually. Like you were like waiting for some clarity on something, and it seems like, let's see, within this transformational process, with the sun I see Leo. That's all the 5 of Cups that flew out. So it could be, all these cards got a lot to say, so it could be about Leo. Or a Leo that you know. What do we have with illumination? Wow. Got death. Death is, I love this Aries energy. You guys are literally kicking off. And I've been sitting on this reading set that I've been trying to do. I don't know if it was, I don't know, but it seems like this death energy is coming out quite a bit. So with illumination and death in your present, with the sun, I think, okay, so a bit of the sun and faith in the sun. The sun, I guess, I think of, because with Leo and the self and ego, because the sun does rule like the ego. So what I feel with that, maybe with faith, like a releasing process, like releasing your ego, because that can be something that you have to do if you've done all that you can and there's no control left, you know. And then with illumination and death, it's like that might be what you're seeing. First of all, that there is life within that death process and that releasing of yourself. I see Scorpio here too, so something about the sun in Scorpio. The sun in Scorpio would be the 5 of Cups, I think. Because the 5 of Cups is like a minor death card, which is kind of funny, if that makes sense. In the present, I just see definitely you're aware of a death process that you're going through. You're aware of this, because I think of the awareness of the death process is what makes it just a bit more easy to flow through because you're not fighting it. Let's see, 13. Oh, today's the 13th. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. I looked up the cat. I was like, what the? Okay, so, which happy birthday to my best friend. Oh my god. I don't know if she'll ever watch this, but I don't care. Happy birthday to you, like Jesus. In the ethers, I'm saying it to you, babe. I love you. So the 13. I think you're in a death process for sure right now. And you're just aware of it, illuminated about it. Okay, what do we have for your transformation? You've got flow and confidence. What do we have for that? And for flow, the Knight of Pentacles for flow. So moving forward, again, getting out of that stuckness. I think the stuckness was fighting that death process. And then what do we have for confidence? Got the Hierophant. Okay, let me look at this one time. We got flow and the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles, I love to think of the Knight of Pentacles as like the earth sign, or the earth card that would need the water the most, because he does tend to those lands. So it's like he's got it all, like, or he or she has it all like plowed out. But I mean, what's gonna grow without water, you know? So and the sun comes out all the time. He doesn't control the sun. He doesn't control the. He can control the dirt a bit, but it's like, you know, think about it. The water is probably what he would. And I think because Knight of Pentacles is a bit of Virgo. Transformation. I think something's growing in the garden that you've been working through. And I think it's cleaner water. This is a lighter card. So definitely moving forward. Things are growing. Where it felt stuck and felt, you know, things weren't blossoming. No growth, no food, nothing to sustain yourself off of. I see that in this card. That's why I love these cards. You've got like Leo. You can't even, it's not even focused. Come the hell on. It's Leo going on to Virgo. And again, we have the sun too. So I'm thinking like with Leo and sort of like that ego, moving out of the ego and sort of organizing. Maybe because with Virgo there's organization, but with Virgo it's also details. Analyzing with flow. With ego and control, I feel like with details, I feel like there's like a perfectionist vibe here and like just a stuckness. And I feel like with this flow that gets really like, because I think that control really messes up what you're trying to produce. That control really makes that water like, you can't like, I mean, you really can't even control what's in, you know? I think there's like, you're letting go of control. And with confidence in the Hierophant with this transformation, that's big, babe. And it kind of is cool because it's a black and white deck. So it's funny because these are with me using the color in the black and white deck, it usually shows that contrast, but this is both black and white. So I'm thinking, first of all, I feel transparency, but then I also see like with your transformation, it's like something about, I feel true colors, but then also just a confidence to be able to speak yourself, like, because the Hierophant would be about your beliefs and your transformation. I'm saying your transformation. This is a 5. There's something you're changing about yourself also. What am I missing here? I wanna make sure I don't. The Hierophant. Or possibly beliefs. Or institutions or structures. That could have been black or white, you know? But also like maybe it just wasn't colored the way that you are as well. I'm trying to explain this right, where it's like maybe you were not as confident because you were behind another Hierophant, you know what I'm saying? Sort of like under the rule of something else, but then like, you know, just following the rules so you can get through, you know, that's not a bad thing. But I think that it really killed your confidence because I don't think that you're meant to be under someone's rule. Of course, we all have influences and we all follow rules and we all sort of have authorities and hierarchies. But I don't think it's supposed to control who you are, how you see yourself, your confidence, how you perceive other people. I think that these dots, these periods in the eyes, you see, I think these are all points and perspectives of other people, sort of, and like that could have been how your lenses were painted before, you know. And I think this is just about really speaking your beliefs and being a part of your own like infrastructure and being confident in leading your own infrastructure. Growing something with that too. This is huge. Like, this is in the transformation spot, so it's definitely like you could have been less confident just behind some other sort of rule or authority, and that's just not for you anymore. That's, oh my god, I don't even know how to really put in words. It's sort of more like, you know, but that's huge. Maybe we'll get more into that. And then with energy, got the Magician with energy. Oh, and if it would have come with magic, that'd have been even better, but that makes sense with Magician energy. And then what do we have for hunger? I just want to make sure it's specific. Here it is. Here it is. So 13, Sun in Scorpio. So something about the Sun in Scorpio. Scorpio season, possibly. But we have the Five of Cups here with hunger in the future. So 5 of Cups and hunger. It could be in the future. That's very interesting. Five of Cups is, I see Mars in Scorpio. Did I get that wrong? 6 of Cups is Sun in Scorpio. So sorry. Probably been telling me that the whole time. I feel like I do this. Mars in Scorpio. So, so action. In the future, you're taking action off of things that probably have left you feeling hungry. You know, sort of like you're trying to get something, but you can't quite receive it. You're trying to be who you are, but you can't quite receive it because there's something else that is leading the charge, you know? Could be your ego, could be someone else. But I feel like it's just left you in a depressed state, and I think, or like just a down state where you regret a lot of maybe the emotional choices or the choices you made, and your heart sort of feels that. But you're moving out of it with that, because that's action. You're cleaning up, maybe cleaning up some messes and moving out of that. Cleaning up, like, emotions that aren't necessary, and just not necessary, but like that that leave you feeling more empty than full, you know? Because some emotions you can go through and they leave you feeling full. Like, you got knowledge, you got more confidence, you know? But some emotions you go through and you sit through them, and then they just make you feel a little bit worse. And sometimes you have to sort of swim out of that water a bit. And I think that's what energy is for. Because you got the Magician energy, and that's perfect. The Magician is Aries energy, also Gemini, also, I think that's it. Sometimes people would contribute that a bit to Aquarius, but Aries for sure, because we're here, and this is a red card, so I feel that. I think you're pulling yourself out with an idea, and it could be, because with the red, it's like something from the root, something that matters, that's always mattered to you, maybe something that's like a childhood thing that boosts you up, because I think of red and roots, and I think of just where you started. This could be about going back to the drawing board, but also just going back to where you started and what really got you creating before. Because I think what leaves you hungry is like creating, and what gets you like, it's creating for other people in a sense, because you can create for other people. I think it's like creating for other people and forgetting yourself. And with an Aries, forgetting the self, that'll leave you depressed. Yeah, for sure. I try to say that, like, I'm so sorry, but like, definitely, like, just think of it astrologically. That's the self. I mean, it's a healthy ego, you know, and it's a healthy ego because the self is taken care of. But I think it can get really nasty maybe if you don't do that. If you don't remember the things that are important to yourself. Let me see. Let's get some clarification really quick with Lenormand. We'll get you out of here. Okay. Now I get some advice too, real quick. In the past with faith, what do we got? The bridge. We got the bridge. And the sun. That's gorgeous. And we just had that too. Literally the sun. And then the sun again. And that's the bridge. So if I think about the bridge and the sun sun's right here again, that bridge could be that faith could be that bridge. I think I feel like you've built this bridge. I feel like you've built this bridge. And that's the work you put in with that faith. And I think the faith I think the faith you've had to have is like crossing it yourself. Again, with that magician energy, it's building yourself, crossing yourself, and I feel like the faith is knowing that that's on the other side of that. So if you haven't done that process, or you haven't built that bridge, I feel like that's not the part that the universe is going to do. The part the universe is going to do is going to provide that sun on the other side, but you've got to build that bridge and walk across it. Any advice on this bridge? I don't want to just say that and say like, build a bridge and walk across it. Let me see. Any advice on the bridge? The cross. It's a 6 of Wands. So first advice is, however you build this bridge, it's victorious because, and I think it's victorious because the cross is about the self. It's about you connecting all the points to yourself. And I say that where it's like, you're using all parts, using your mind, using your soul, using all the parts, using, what do I feel? Your commitment, your commitment to self is what makes you victorious. So no matter what you do, as long as you commit to yourself and build that bridge, and take care of the people, that you care and value for, as long as you're taking care of yourself, I think that bridge will put you where you need to be, into a new opportunity with that sun. I think a new opportunity is what you're really searching for. Okay, what do we have with illumination? And death, I love that. You got the scythe, which is kind of like death in the lenormand, so everything's sort of matching up. Death and the illumination, I think you're definitely cutting out things. That's the Knight of Pentacles, which is in your transformation. So I think that's definitely you cutting through things that are no longer necessary. Maybe emotions, maybe with death and that Scorpio, for sure, you're cutting out like sort of like emotions that may just be of detriment to you. And with that process, Knight of Pentacles is able to make more space for more beautiful things to grow. And with that cutting process, you're not only just cutting out old shit, but you're also cutting out the good stuff that you're gonna take with you. That's a 10 too. So a new beginning. It's the end of something old, but again, you got a new beginning right there in your present. I think in your present, you're definitely just weeding out some old stuff, but you're moving forward. We have a confidence. Oh, okay, got this right here. And what do we have with flow? Okay, so confidence. We have the birds and the snake. Animals. Birds can be sort of about, okay, in a light perspective, conversations and roots. So with confidence, you could be having conversations with people about your roots, maybe getting to know yourself better, getting to know your roots better, having more conversations that are lighthearted, that aren't just as deep, and that's getting you to really understand, yourself with confidence, and that's making you more confident within yourself. But then also in a sort of a negative, because these are sort of negative cards. So if I look in it darker, I see people, of course, who know your roots and sort of act in a snaky way, people who know your roots and sort of like trip you at your feet, even though they know who you are at a core. And then we have this noise with the bird, so it could be just conversation that isn't useful. So with confidence, this could be you with your self-talk, probably. If it's not someone else, it could be someone else, but it could be like your self-talk. I see with the snake, that's an S. self-talk where it's like, you know yourself at your core, and yet you still continue to give yourself useless chatter and kill your confidence off of that. It could be someone else too who knows you and wants to bring you down of some, like with just maybe talking to other people, spreading word drama, but usually that stuff is happening with you first. And even if it's not with you first, if it's not with you first, it should be a bit easier to handle because you know yourself and you wouldn't get drawn up into that sort of drama. Although it may feel like you want to. I don't know. Knight of Pentacles, definitely, like cutting out noise, your own noise or other people's. And then with Flo, you have 10 of Cups. I love that with the dog, the loyal dog. So it's you being loyal to yourself. With this transformation, this could be somebody. This could be somebody. Somebody maybe is becoming more transparent with you. You're being more transparent with yourself. I think it's huge because I think there was just a blockage in transparency either with yourself or with someone else. And this is about maybe this is the part. So it's about meeting someone, maybe meeting yourself in a very loyal way, letting that flow, meeting someone else, getting into a new flow with someone. It's a huge transformation from the noise and the disconnect, the Hierophant too. That's commitment. So maybe a new commitment. Why would this be a transformation overall? The Fox, Knight of Wands. So maybe this has been a tough, I think, a struggle. This could also be like a process that you've been through. And this transformation is happening because something has to change. Maybe there hasn't been loyalty. And again, if there hasn't been loyalty within if it's majorly, you're seeing that there's not been a lot of loyalty within other people. It may not just be you, but it may be helpful to check in with yourself to see, like, are you being loyal to yourself? Because people really are just reflections mostly of like, of course, even if you're okay, people can treat you wrong. But it's better to check with yourself first to see if, you're doing okay with yourself. But then this Fox, there's a plan. With this too, I see maybe someone's planning. I don't know if I'm like feeling, but I definitely, the Hierophant and the commitment, I feel maybe there's a plan to commit. And I believe this transformation with yourself is so important because if you can't commit with yourself, then I don't think anyone else can commit with you back, So I think this is why it's the most important thing with this flow here too, and this Hierophant. Beliefs, loyalty, the Fox. You're moving differently. It's causing you to move so differently. I think it's beautiful. Like you're really loyal to yourself now. And that makes people want to be loyal to you too. If they know how loyal you are to yourself, they want that loyalty back too. And then what do we have with the future, with energy? And then with hunger. Okay. Get hunger real quick. With hunger, the 5 of Cups again. With the Mice and the Roses, I got the Roses first, so with hunger, you could be... Feels like that. Maybe trying to... Because this is the Queen of Swords. Could want communication from someone. This is the future. This feels another circle, so maybe it's just like a lesson or a gift that comes through, like a full circle sort of like gift. Maybe it's a gift of communication. The gift of a lesson. also see the rats here too. So the gift of a lesson, maybe within people, and maybe how you treat yourself, and how you. And I think that this is what comes out of this. You remember the harvest. This is this harvest. I think you're coming to a harvest. And with these, I think you're maybe hungry for some sort of a community. And I think that there's a gift of the community, because with these mice, it's sort of like could be people that defend you, of course, if it's the right community, but it also could be people that you have to defend yourself against if they're hungry, and people would usually eat up these. Of course, they don't eat these, but they would eat up your beautiful like work. And I think now you're going to a space where you're getting people who defend your work instead, not destroy it. And with energy, you have the moon and the stars. Some sort of an unknown creation. Some sort of a birth of something new that's sort of taken its cycles, but it's unknown for some reason. Has to do with your emotions. Maybe something you've gotten some distance from, or had to take some distance from in order to create. I think this distance might give you energy, but also just like getting back with yourself and your own emotions might give you energy. Feels like this is very important to your heart. The eight to the queen, that's the 9 of cups. So it's a wish being fulfilled. I said it's a wish being fulfilled, and then the wishing well comes out. Yeah, it's a 4 and 1, so a 5. This is definitely about yourself, though, and your emotions, and something that you're creating. It could be, and it's gonna give you energy. I definitely see in the future you're looking really deep within yourself. Something beautiful is blossoming out of it, like this. This is again that 9 of cups. It's not 9 of cups for like specifically in this card, but look at that. The 8 to the queen right here. Can't hold that. 8 to the queen right there, and then the 9 right there. It's something about, again, full circle. Something's completing. It may have been a lesson with these cycles, a lesson that could have been painful, especially to your emotions. I'm so sorry about. But you're getting your wish. I think because again, that's work and that's faith. Those are the key elements right there. Those are the key elements you need. Work and faith. Those are the key elements you need to get the things that you really wish for. And that's why it's hard, because faith, you have to let go of control of. You can't do faith. You can do work, but you can release for faith. Okay. What do we have for advice? I want to throw you guys out with just one more piece of advice from the Lenormand real quick. Got it out. Wow. 33 on the counter too, with this 33 card. Key in the cage, the 8 of Pentacles, work. Again, this is the work, the faith. I think your faith is beautiful, but it's just definitely hard to see when you work on so much. And it's like, you don't know if the faith is going to really come through. But as long as you continue to work, that, I see you had 9 roses there, that 10th rose will always be there for you. Oh my gosh. It feels so nice. I don't know why yet, but you guys will, because I know for sure that, and this is me letting go of like having to give you guys the full answer, but it's beautiful, and I can feel it. I'm like pulling cards so I gave you the full answer, but I don't think that's what it's about. You just continue working. You're doing a great job. Because you literally got the key, and that's what the Hierophant's about. And that's what you have in your transformation. Your transformation is you have made that key. It's just about crossing the bridge and getting to that cage and unlocking what's really yours, man. Or not just man, but for those of you out there, anyone out there, it's about getting that key. Or getting to that cage. Oh, that's beautiful. It's beautiful. Fish at the bottom, 34. And on the counter end, 34 is about to end. So I think, again, a cycle's about to end where you've really put in the work, and this is social, this is work, this is King of Pentacles after the 8. You are on the top of your game. That's red and blue. I said that. That's beginning to end. You are at the end of something, and you are about to unlock. I think end of the bridge. I could keep talking for hours, but this is beautiful. Thank you so much, Aries. I hope that this helped. This transformation, I pray peace be with you, because this is quite a bit, you know? And you guys are strong as hell getting through it. If you guys want any sort of personal reading, check for information again below. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I pray that you guys have a blessed day, a chill day, have fun, enjoy YouTube. It's a big, beautiful place. And other than that, yeah. You guys have a good one.